Hi there. Welcome back to my views and news. Firstly, today is Friday, so we'll resume live chats from today. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have 3 live chats. Looking forward to see you with your questions and comments. We'll focus exclusively on Ethiopia, Somalia, Ankara declaration signed this week in today's live chat. We'll try to analyze this declaration, hoping to see you as well with your input about this declaration. We'll have other topics as well to cover in today's live chat. Now, this video is about Tigray. Title people would find provocative. Traitor Tsadkan versus rebel Debretsion Gebremichael. These are the words being used by the two groups against each other. A Debretsion group is calling Tsadkan Getachew group treasonous group of traitors. Getachew the group is calling Debretsion group as rebels, as a vindictive group of rebels. So terminology is which is being used by the two parties. I will analyze what they are saying. For the last 3 to 4 days, a statement of the TPLF Debretsion group has been in circulation with 7 points mentioned in it. The 7 points mentioned by Debretsion group are being quoted to paint Getachew, Debretsion, and others as traitors, as working against the interest of the people of Tigray. Getachew the group issued a statement yesterday. We'll analyze Getachew the group's statements as well. I want to have a look at the 7 points. What are these 7 points, which actually were the point of discussion between federal government and Tigray leaders when they met in Addis Ababa a few days ago. But Debretsion is saying that in that meeting, Tsadkan, Gebremichael, and Getachew, they raised these 7 points. And these 7 points are indicative of what Getachew group is thinking. It is basically working against the people of Tigray, against the interests of Tigray. We'll try to analyze these 7 points. Are these 7 points really against the interests of the people of Tigray? Or Debretsion is exaggerating? Point number 1. Debretsion says that Getachew group is conducting DDR hastily. In a hurry, DDR is being conducted. It is being said that police will take over. The security of the region will be taken over by police. Secondly, integration of Tigray fighters in the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Debretsion says that Tsadkan in that meeting with Abiy proposed the integration of Tigray fighters in the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Now, let's analyze point number 2. Point number 1 as well. What's wrong with the integration of Tigray fighters in the Ethiopian National Defense Force? TDF cannot survive as an army now. TDF can only be part of regional police, part of militia, regional militia, or part of federal forces, federal police, intelligence agency of federal government, or Ethiopian National Defense Force. So what Tsadkan is saying, it makes sense. Federal government will not allow Tigray to have a standing army of 20,000. These TDF members, all of them will be disarmed, demobilized if they don't become part of Ethiopian National Defense Force. So what Tsadkan is saying is very logical. But the Debretsion group is using this point raised by Tsadkan in talk with Abiy as if Tsadkan is working against the interests of the people of Tigray. Tsadkan knows the ground reality. Debretsion knows ground reality as well, but they're just involved in point scoring, I think. Point number 3. TDF will be under Tigray interim government. This is what is being proposed by Getachew as a group, Tsadkan group. Well, TDF will definitely be under Tigray interim government. Why? Because TDF, as I said, cannot exist as an army. It has to be police or militia, which are both under regional governments in all the regions. Or TDF will have to be part of Endf, Federal Forces. I don't know what the Debretsion group is dreaming of. The Debretsion group, Getachew, all agreed to make concessions in Pretoria. They agreed to disarmament DDR in Pretoria. And now when DDR is happening, just for political point scoring, they are accusing each other. Yes, ADF will come under Tigray interim government. Whoever the president is, Tigray interim government will be in control of, in charge of Tigray security forces. Point number 4. Endf is being deployed in northwestern Tigray to prevent collaboration, cooperation between Tigray and Eritrea. Well, here too, I think if Endf is being deployed, it should be welcomed. TPLF is criticizing the deployment. I believe that Endf should be deployed on border with Eritrea. Why? Tigray wants the border issue to be solved by Endf. If you remember, the Debretsion group, Getachew, both have been saying in the past that the issue of border with Eritrea will be handled by federal government. How can federal government solve the issue if there is no deployment of federal forces on the border with Eritrea? Border controlled by federal forces. And secondly, the way gold is being smuggled out of Tigray leaders are involved in this network of gold smuggling. Shouldn't the Endf be deployed on the border? What's wrong with that? Point number 5. Who is the owner of Pretoria? Federal government should tell. This is what Getachew group demanded in the meeting. The federal government should tell who is the owner of Pretoria in Tigray. TPLF, Getachew, Tsadkan, where are they? Basically, Getachew group wants to link the interim government to implementation of Pretoria. As if that if Getachew goes, Pretoria will collapse. Here I disagree. I disagree with Getachew as a group here. I disagree with Tigray, with Tsadkan here. Interim government can be dismantled, new president can be sworn in. It does not mean that Pretoria will collapse. Interim government is only one small outcome of Pretoria. Pretoria is an agreement with lots of other clauses. Basically, Getachew wants to save his government by linking his government to Pretoria. I disagree with Getachew group here. Yes, Getachew can be replaced. It wouldn't mean dismantlement of Pretoria. It wouldn't mean violation of Pretoria. Point number 6. Dismantlement of Wareda and city-level administrations in Tigray. This is what was demanded by Getachew group in the meeting with federal government in Addis Ababa. TPLF opposing it. Well, if the election of 2020 was null and void, according to federal government, and the interim setup which was put in place because of, not interim setup, the setup which was put in place in Tigray after the election was declared illegal by federal government. How can the Why then city councils be legal? They need to be dismantled. But who will replace them? Someone from Tigrayan government, political parties. There must be some replacement. Demand is not illegal. So this is how I see the demands made by Getachew group and criticism of the Debretsion group against Getachew Tsadkan group. Getachew the group yesterday issued a statement calling the Debretsion group as rebels. Again, point scoring from Getachew group. Getachew group says that this group is, that the Debretsion group is obstructing DDR. It is obstructing return of IDPs. Well, return of IDPs has been delayed for almost 2 years. Both are to blame, not just TPLF, Debretsion group. Getachew is to blame as well. What did he do in the last 2 years? He could not bring back his people from Sudan. He is the president. He knows what is happening in Tigray, that gold is being smuggled. He admits he cannot stop. Why is he in power then in Tigray? Secondly, the Getachew group claimed that this NTP's force, NTP's group, the Western group, is trying to create divisions between the people of Tigray and federal government. Both are not working to create unity. Both are not working to improve ties between the people of Tigray and the federal government. Both are basically protecting their interests. Getachew group called the Debretsion group as revengeful, as vindictive, and that this group is working against the people, against the interests of Tigray. Now, both are asking people to support them. Getachew group, the Debretsion, both in the statements ask people to support them. What will people do? Nothing they can do. How to see what people want? If you allow people to express themselves freely, express their views freely, will you allow the people of Tigray to come out and protest in support of Getachew or Debretsion? No. Rally is already banned. So how will people decide? Basically, ruling elite is fighting. Ruling elite of military, politicians, they're fighting for power. People are being used. People have nothing to say. They have no role to play. Rather, military, political elite and federal government will decide what the next few days, next few months hold for the people of Tigray. Thank you for watching.